Ready. Team setting. Entering. First choice coin toss up. Edit entering. Uniform name option is set to current. No. Pants option is set to Seminole Heritage. Pants up. Away team selection Florida Gate. Notification. To set which notifications you receive and when you'll see them in social settings. Ready. 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 Away team selection Florida Gators.
Welcome to Tallahassee, Florida, and Doak Campbell Stadium, home to some great Heisman Trophy winners, legendary coaches, and today the Seminole Award chants will be rocking this place. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
Entering play call screen.
And the Gators will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 9 options. 0-1 trap is selected. Pistol. Shotgun. Single pack. A-step. Tight Y off flip. Wide zone. From 8, choose a player to. From 8, tight Y off flex. There are 9
Looking for a
categories.
productive play on first down.
Inside zone split is selected.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the
Entering
half.
play call, tight Y off flex. There are 9 categories. You have 11 options. Inside zone split is selected. Wide zone. Entering pause. Coaching. Pause. You have 2 options. Depth chart is entering depth chart screen. WR. AHP. Slot 3. Slot 4. Slot 3. WR. Slot 3. Slot 1. Entering paused screen. Entering cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel. Entering cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel.
Line gets set, first down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. powers ahead, gets 4. He's down at the 10. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Choose a new player. Choose the player to read. Choose a new. Choose the player to read. Choose a new. Choose the. Empty quads HG. There are 23
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Quarterback checking off.
Triple auction.
Looking for a man. It's Agbana. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory.
Short cross.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
And your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the 1st half.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating.
Entering play call. Michael 0.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand the ball.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He's looking to throw. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. The Gators will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up 4th.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive.
Entering play
and that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line.
Choose a player to replace. You have 11 options. Mate, flood, FK rocket toss rollout.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive not getting it on fourth basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on fourth down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
For me, shotgun, single back, ace double, putty craw, tight, jet sweep, wide zone.
A first down for the offense. Movement here from the tight end. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Call, tight Y off flex, wide zone.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it. Seminoles were able to squeak out a close one the last time they saw the Gators.
And in that game, the Seminoles just made more plays. It reminded me of back in 1998 when we lost up in Tallahassee, and that essentially knocked us out of the national championship picture. That's the impact these games have in this rivalry.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Back to throw, it's Agbana. Got his man out of the backfield. And he'll step across the sideline after making a good gain on that one.
Running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25.
Backs protect.
Looking to throw. Pulls it in. At the 35, he's open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie, and guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He'll ride his man on the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Now the pitch.
Well, I know on offense you always want to have balance, and it's important to keep defenses honest, but listen, you're one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire nation. Let your dudes go to work. You don't need negative plays like that.
Shotgun. Wing X off. There are 23 categories. Jet touch pass. Choose the player to replace. You have a formation. Wing X. Empty quads HD. Empty quads trio. Wing X off. Formation. Wildcat. And Cal Blast.
They've already failed to convert on fourth down once in the first quarter. Doesn't stop them from trying it here.
Entering
offense calls a timeout here.
Formation.
Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here.
Bubble all girl. Trips HDW. Y. Punch. Crack toss.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Fires to the middle. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Gator.
This offense is so good. And they can hurt you in so many different ways. And they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Choose the player to replay. Choose a new play. Choose the player to replace. You have 11 options. Choose the player to replace. You have 11 options.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Entering play call.
Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Single back. Shot. Punch key. Slot right double. M. Trips H. DPL come. AHP direct. Inside zone. Shallow cross screen. Inside. RPO walk alert shot.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Corner.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dropping back, it's Agbana. They're trying to get to it. And they get him down for the sack, and that ought to do it here in the quarter, and this defense ends it on a high note.
You have 7 options. Corner and goes is selected. Entering posts. Formation. Shotgun. Wing X off. Empty bunch open. Formation. Choose the player to replace. You have 11 options. Choose a new player. You have 12. Choose the player. Choose. QB draw.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unloads it downfield. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything's working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Quarterback keeps it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Coach formation. There are 6 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Options set to double mug. Well plays. You have 12 options. Nickel. Double mug. There are 6 categories. You have 12 options.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. The field goal is no good.
Entering.
Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Going to the ground. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Tight way off flex. There are 9 categories. Douglas North.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Got room at the 35. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
They move the tight end all over. Trying to get the corner. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Wing X jet touch pass.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
This offense has failed on its previous 2 fourth-down attempts, but they need to keep this drive alive. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Formation. There are 6 categories. There are 6. Nickel. Option is set to free. Choose the player to replace. You have 11 options. Choose the new player. You have 16 options. Choose the player to replace. You have 11. Choose the new player. Choose the player. Choose the new player. Choose formation. Cover 1. 2 invert hard flat.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand.
There are 6 categories. You have 12 options. The blitz is selected.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Audible. Middle third.
Off the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll throw one to his right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you can tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down.
Entering
and with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
6 categories. You have 12 options.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. Snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field around midfield, going for it the wise move. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag.
Special. Punt return 33. Punt safe.
The Gators decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week.
Entering play. I-4, shotgun, single back. Shotgun, wing X off. There are 23 categories. You have 5
the shotgun. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 40. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Backs protect.
Looking to pass. It's Agbana. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Taking it the other way. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. The Gators sending the offense back to work. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Going to try to get it himself. Afterburner's coming. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Entering play.
He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against him. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Cover one, two invert hard flat.
And the Gators trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. DB's right up on the receiver. Motion from the offense. Wants to go up top. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. No, no good. Lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
They knew coming into this game, touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's complete. A huge pickup. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Really nice pressure by the defense, getting in there quickly, getting a hit on the quarterback, making the quarterback make a quick decision, and he makes the wrong decision. He throws into double coverage, but that's really because of the pressure in his face and the physical hit on his body.
Looking for a man. It's Agbana. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and threw it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. The defense uses their second timeout and a half as they try to get their act together. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through.
Trips HBWK. Y trips offset. Reverse flea flicker.
Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Right.
Oh, he tosses it back. Unleashes one deep. And that one is picked off in the end zone. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Entering pause screen, you have 5 options.
And the Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Choose a player to replace. You have 11 options. Commit. 4. Time. Special. Option is set. Nickel overload free.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense.
Middle third.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game,
Entering
you
play
get
call. Celebration. Coaching. Pause. You have 2 options. Depth chart. Entering depth. FS. SS. Slot 2. Slot 1. Entering. Cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel. Entering play call.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25.
Flex bone. Close. There are 2 categories. You have 21 options. FD dive is selected.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
Sports across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. They'll run the option. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And third down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the first down.
Listen, just to be on the field on third down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on third down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Agbana. Pocket starts to collapse. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
He'll get rid of it. And they fail to hook up on third down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the right. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
Entering play call.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they get right back to it.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Middle third.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10.
Middle third. Pass.
He's going to pass. Going to take a shot. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Gators. And the route is on.
Entering play
Gators have
call,
chomped
formation,
down, and they've
error,
put a
any,
little
error,
distance
6
between themselves
categories,
and the
you have
Knowles.
21
You know, both of
options,
these teams
Michael
always have
Tue-sr
lots of
selected.
speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively,
Entering
and
play
their
call,
defense is
special
really
teams,
flying
you have
around.
7 options,
And they did tack
return
on
left
that extra
deselected.
point without any adventure. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25.
Entering
No
play
attempt at a
call,
return.
heavy, you have AHP leg dive.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense
Right.
back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this
Entering
drive.
play
Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point,
Shotgun.
offensively, they've got to execute
Wing
much
X
better.
They got to be super aggressive.
jet
Down
touch
24,
pass.
you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Got
Right.
stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand?
Entering
There
play
is a
call,
penalty
jet
marker on
touch
the
pass.
field.
Empty quads HG.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the air, it's Agbana. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They get him down after he makes the catch. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo.
Zig.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make
Entering
sure that
play
they have
call,
everything
and
just
good
right
girl.
with a big play coming. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here.
Keep
Already
cross.
trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Keep cross.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands.
Entering
He had
play
an
call.
explosive play
Formation
right there for
error
the
8
taking, but
category.
couldn't
Empty
reel it
quads
in.
HG. Sponge
You can
key.
sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Corner.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Knowles! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Flex boom.
With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because Palmer, he always makes play.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about it. Single covered, double covered, triple covered. You're still
Entering
throwing in
play
the ball.
call.
He's going to find a way to make it happen. 40
Options.
TD catches. That is
Deductible is
awesome.
selected.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Probably needed to pick up
Entering
an
play
extra
call.
block or two,
Formation
but as it
error
is,
6
he'll be stopped
categories.
at the
Error
28.
6 subcategories of options set to split nuts. Penny. Michael 0.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Cover 3.
And it's a great play on the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess. Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Robbins. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Just beautiful. And that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
The Gators want to move quickly. On 3rd down, going up top. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's kicked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that.
Option. Choose a player to replace. You have 11 options. Choose a new player. You have choose formation. There are 6 categories.
All the numbers and stats will show you. Going for it on 4th down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take another shot here. He holds it in, and nobody's close. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
The Gators look to keep this drive humming. Defense in press coverage. Trying to find his man on 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Entering play call. Penny. Mike Litzy. Corner. Cover 1. Tampa 2. Cover hole 1. 4. Go 3. Penny. Mike Litz 0.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Entering play call. Penny. Cover 3. Mike Litz 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the middle, it's complete.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
And the Gators will have it 1st and 10.
Middle third.
The corners are walked up tight. Leaves it with the back. They get him down, but not before he picks up 6 to the 7-yard line.
They got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. Another touchdown for this guy. He's starting to get in the groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra 1st down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping.
Shotgun. Single back, cut it cross.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Wildcat.
Defense is about firing off. The offensive guys standing in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be. Nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And that's so tough as a defense because we got to get inches, but I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the 1st down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute. And they do it, though.
The option look. Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
Play call.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, man, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass from the jet sweep. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say it's out physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They're just not getting the push they need all game long
Option is set to go. Choose the player to replay. Choose a new player. You have 19. Choose the from a double nickel overload free.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short.
Middle third.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Formation. There are 6 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Special.
Missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He got it. And now the lead is extended a little
Entering play call.
Give
Special
the defense a
teams.
ton of credit in this
Options.
sudden change
Return left
situation.
is
Their
selected.
offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out and force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Tested. Flex bone. Close. There are 2 categories. You have 21 options. Flood.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Wheel.
Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw, it's Agbana. Trying to get to him. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to move it through the air. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the Noles headed quickly to the line. They'll run play action. He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
Entering play call.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
On the option. He'll pull it on the read. He'll get in there as they draw 2 points closer.
Quarterbacks have to make good decisions throwing it, but they also got to do it running it too. On that option play, it was the right call to keep the football, and the offense comes away with 2 points.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Powers through the defender.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catches to the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Line getting set on second down. corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wide receiver coming across in motion. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabs it inside the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's a statement by the defense. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Steps away to find some room. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Option is set to 3. Formation. 3. Double mug. Nickel overload 3.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal.
Middle 3rd.
From the gun, wants to pass. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Formation. There's double mud covered with blitz.
They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. From the gun. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! And the pummeling has started.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game. The offense did their job.
Double mug. There are 6 categories.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Blitz is selected.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead.
Entering play
so that scoring drive took only 6 plays.
Options. Return
and they
left
finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Shotgun. Wing X off. Slot left. Monster. Flanker close. Slot left stack.
One more play to pad the stats. Touch pass on the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Cluster, bunch, drapes, white, inside, reverse flea flicker.
Last run didn't get much. Ball's at their own 26. Here's 2nd and 9.
Right.
Tosses it back. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks.
Notification. You have a friend request that will expire soon. Entering weekly advanced summary screen.